What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's having a great day. As you can see, we're out here in the garage and it's a full house. We got the car, the truck, and the bike in here. Today we're going to be installing a new battery in the Road Glide, and the main reason for this is to save on weight. As you know, I've built a performance bagger and I've cut weight where I can without taking away from the ride and the rideability, and without breaking the bank with carbon fiber pieces, because as you guys may know, carbon fiber pieces for these Road Glides are not cheap. Unless you get a full sponsor, they're stupid expensive. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. I'm going to show you guys what kind of battery we're going to be putting in the Road Glide today. I'm going to show you guys how to install it, and I'm also going to do a little review on it for you guys. If you guys are wondering what's hanging on my handlebar here, make sure you go check out my last video. I explained what that's all about. Alright guys, so over here we have a new lithium ion battery from Advanblack. The main reason I wanted to switch over to this battery is because it's a lot lighter than the factory battery. This battery weighs in at about 6 pounds and the factory battery weighs in at about 20 pounds. So you're saving a lot of weight just by replacing the battery. Looking at multiple reviews and reading up on this battery, I realized that this is one of the best bangs for your buck, and we're going to go ahead and install this in my Road Glide today. So to give you guys some specs on the battery, this battery has 1,000 cold cranking amps, which is a lot. As you guys know, Harleys are typically hard to start, especially when they're cold. It takes a lot of juice to crank them over. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take the seat off and get the old battery out, and I will bring you guys along and show you guys what steps I take to take the old battery out and install the new Advanblack Lithium ion battery. So when you open the box, you get the battery, you get a battery charger, and you get this is all part of the battery charger here. This is different ways to hook up to the battery for the trickle charger, and then you get your directions, obviously. But it's a pretty simple unboxing here. There's really not much to it. There's this little button right here to tell you the status of the battery. It's fully charged with 13.3 volts. So there's no need to charge the battery before I put it in the bike, but once I get it in the bike, I will put it on the trickle charger because I'm not riding the bike right now. It's the middle of winter here in Michigan, and I won't be riding it till Daytona, so I always keep my motorcycle on a battery tender, which that's what this is. You cannot use a battery tender junior or a regular battery tender on the lithium ion battery. That's why it comes with its own battery tender. Alright, so we just got the seat off, and you want to start by taking off the two 1/2-inch bolts here that hold this plastic tray on that holds like the computer and all your wiring harnesses and everything. You want to start off by taking those two bolts out, and then you'll have access to your battery. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Alright, so once you have your computer and all your wiring harnesses pulled back, all you have left is the two battery terminals to take off. You want to start by taking off the Phillips screws that are holding on the battery terminals, and then the stock battery should pull right out. Alright guys, so I went ahead and cleaned out the battery tray because it was full of dirt. It hasn't been cleaned. There was tons of rocks and dirt, and it was just filthy down there. So I went ahead and cleaned that up. Now we're ready to install the new Advanblack Lithium ion battery in the Road Glide. So we're going to go ahead and strap it in now and hook it up and make sure everything works and give it a try. Alright guys, so we got the new lithium ion battery secured in the bike. Got the terminals all screwed down. I will say that this battery is a little bit, since it's lighter, and it's also a little bit more narrow, it kind of slides around a little bit in here. I don't really like that. I'm going to grab a piece of foam and stick it in behind the battery so that when I'm racing or if I'm doing wheelies or if I hit a big bump, the battery's not going to wobble around in there and cause any issues. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, put a piece of foam or something back there because it definitely does not fit secure and snug in the battery tray. So that's one thing I wanted to note while doing this install. Alright guys, so I went ahead and put some foam on all four sides of the battery to keep it real tight and secure in here. Like, I'm moving it as much as I can. I'm moving the whole bike and the battery's not moving anymore, so the foam definitely helped. That's one bad thing I would say about the battery, if I'm going to give an honest review, is that it wasn't as big as the stock battery, so obviously it moved around in the battery tray. So in order to prevent that from happening, you just have to cut a little piece of foam out and tuck it down in there, and it will prevent it from moving. So now that we got that done, we're going to button up the computer and all the wiring harnesses, and then this install will be done. Alright guys, so we got everything buttoned up underneath the seat here. So now we're getting ready to put the seat back on, and this job's done. Battery's all tucked in there nicely, and I routed the battery tender plug through here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I'm going to zip tie it up underneath here so you can't see it, but that's what I'm going to plug into, you know, over the winter and when I'm not riding the bike, to keep a trickle charge on the lithium ion battery so that it doesn't die. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to do it for today's install. I'm not going to start the bike tonight because it's 2 in the morning and I don't want to wake the neighbors up. So I'm going to pick the camera back up tomorrow morning once I get back out in the garage, and I'll go ahead and do a cold start for you guys and show you how much better the bike starts with this new Advanblack Lithium ion battery. I went ahead and plugged in the battery tender, and I'm going to let it sit and charge overnight. But as you can see, it's fully charged. So it came shipped fully charged. And I read in the directions, right here, that you can leave a lithium ion battery on the battery charger even though it's fully charged, because there's something in here that won't let it charge the battery anymore once it's full. So basically it's like a trickle charger at that point, and it won't hurt the battery to keep this plugged in overnight. So we're going to keep the bike on the tender, being that we're not going to be riding it for a while until we go to Daytona. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and keep the battery on the tender for now, but I'll pick the camera back up tomorrow morning once I get back out here, so I don't wake the neighbors up, and we'll give you guys a cold start. This bike sounds rowdy, so I don't want to wake the neighbors up at 2 in the morning. Once again, shout out to Advanblack for sponsoring today's video. I will leave a link to this battery in the description of the video if you guys are interested in ordering one yourself. Super easy install, guys. It literally took me, without videoing, it would have taken me 10 minutes to take the old battery out, put the new battery in. Super easy install. Anybody could do this as long as you have a Phillips screwdriver and a 1/2-inch socket to take those bolts out there. So yeah, I'm going to let the battery charge up overnight, and then I will pick the camera back up in the morning. It's late. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. I'll see y'all in the morning. Alright guys, so it's the next morning. We're going to go ahead and start the bike up for the first time with the new lithium battery. It's camming so hard, it's loping so hard, the bike's literally moving on the stand. 125 cam is the best sounding cam out there, guys, period. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate all your support on the channel. If you're here for Harley content, you're going to want to make sure to stay tuned for the next couple videos. I'm heading down to Daytona. Daytona Bike Week is here, so you're not going to want to miss that. I'm going to be bringing you guys some epic content from Daytona. So, with all that being said, I'm out of here. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!